Hi there, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. Today I'm going to be talking about letting go so that you can find yourself. To discover the truth of ourselves, which is unique to each and every one of us, we must let go of who we think we are and be open to listen to what our soul is trying to express. In the same way that moss grows over fallen branches and vines climb up the walls of dilapidated buildings, our fear grows over the light of our true selves. We endlessly search for ways to feel like we have a sense of control over what happens in our lives and in the way that we are perceived. When life is overwhelming and overstimulating, we go into our heads asking who we even are. And we sift through the layers of expectations in search of something that isn't there. It never was. Our true self isn't something that can be snatched out of the air and pushed back into our ribcage to keep it from escaping into the abyss. In the same way that water from the ocean can evaporate into a cloud and travel thousands of miles and no longer be bound to the same name that it was once called, we too are not limited by the concept of how we are seen by the world, unless we allow it to limit us. To freeze our self-image in time and think that idea of us is permanent is like trying to staple air to the wall. Holding on to negative experiences that made us feel like we failed to be there for ourselves, that put us in situations where we got hurt, or caused us to stop living our lives for ourselves, perpetuates these false concepts. Unless we take the time to intentionally trim back the overgrowth of this fear and negativity, we will continue to hold on to these self-concepts that no longer serve us. We can never be anything other than our true selves. The true self yearns to explore the infinite routes and facets of life and expression that are available for us to experience, to journey through life, death, and rebirth in various phases of our lives, and not hold on to any identities that want to move through those cycles. The true self is not an identity. The true self is merely our infinite energy that is always in motion, finding new forms of expression to move through. The true self permeates throughout the light and the dark that exists within all of us and all around us. The duality can be traced throughout every thread in the fabric of our existence, and without accepting that there is light and shadow that must be loved within all of us, we reject a part of our true selves that longs to be seen and expressed. The shadow is meant to contrast and balance the light. The physical world would not exist without one or the other. But within the realms of our human experience, it can be hard not to hold on to the darkness and identify with it. Balance is oftentimes not equal parts of one thing or another. It is when the two aspects harmonize that a complete image or idea manifests. A wholeness of the self. Understanding our shadow and our light is how these aspects of self harmonize with each other and is how we find the path of least resistance to our self-expression. The shadow is often the thing that we must turn our attention towards in order to find this balance. The things that we struggle to love about ourselves are the aspects that we cast into the shadow in hopes that we will never have to look at them or acknowledge them. These are the things that empower us the most when given the opportunity to have the light shined on them. To acknowledge the shadow is a form of self-love. Our true authentic self flourishes in the vibration of love, drinking in the nourishing light of our acknowledgement. We may fear the judgment of the outside world, or we may fear the wrath of our own judgment. To love ourselves, we must release the grip that we have on the fear of that judgment. It may be difficult, but it is necessary to take the time to heal the wounds and past memories that caused you to feel negatively towards those parts of yourself in the first place. It can be easy to blame others for how we feel about ourselves, but we are the only ones who have the power to heal our self-worth. We empower ourselves by acknowledging that we may not have been able to control what happened to us, but we can control what energy we hold on to and how we let that dictate the way we see ourselves and the way that we move throughout our lives. Now, that's not to say that it's a quick or easy journey, but I guarantee that if you've listened this far into the video, that you care enough about yourself to start healing. And maybe you've already started your healing journey. Either way, the desire to experience the life that you want to live, to not feel hurt by the things that have hurt you for so long, the desire to heal yourself so that you can experience the joy of life is self-love. Creating is a wonderful way to authentically express these things because when we create, we are transmuting the energy of those negative experiences into something positive. Something deep within you begs to be seen and expressed, and working through the shadow is the only way to find those parts of ourselves. To love ourselves is to be loved. And to love ourselves, we must let go of the pain that keeps us holding on to versions of ourselves that we no longer want to identify with. The good thing about that is we don't have to identify with anything. Our true self is not an identity. It is just an energy that wishes to express itself in an infinite number of ways. So choose the ways that serve the experiences that you want to have in this life, and let it come from a place of love. I hope that this video finds everybody that it was meant to, and I hope that it helped you in some way. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see my channel grow so that it can help more people. Thanks for watching.